Hi guys, this is Dave Bennett from T2HA.com. It is January 21st, 2017, and I'm going to show you a really fast way to make some money. Our latest automation and setup makes everything extremely fast, so I'm going to walk you through this because you can do this too. So let's start with this, and you're going to have to forgive me for the mess on my desktop. I haven't cleaned up yet. We just got done producing this, and I'm excited to share it. So we'll get to that in a minute. But here we go. I've got a company list of 1.2 million USA businesses. Okay, and I got these lists are broken down by industry. Okay, categorically, and then there's bigger files here. All right, so let me just open one and show you what we got. It's like this. Okay, and this is a listing of companies, the industry they're in. This is the very thing about the JKL here. That's exactly what's going on. JKL. Okay, addresses, city, state, zip, phone, website, and email. Okay, and that's all the emails. Okay, for all of them. By the way, that is 140,000 listings just in this one file. Okay, again, we have lots and lots of files. Now, I got a question. If I'm thinking JKL, I'm thinking of an industry, and just for the purposes of this example, you guys know we work with locksmiths, most of you do. Okay, so I'm not going to sell anything to any locksmiths myself, but I'm just going to use this as an example. So here's the latest, greatest template that we have up. And it's the version that we're calling legacy, but it's the version 2 of that. Let me point out the 3 things that are different about this now. We expanded out the banner blocks so that we had more room up in here for the centerpiece. Okay, and that's great. So everything's more readable. We make more use of the room. Okay, and by the way, just so you know, you can still go to box to layout, and that's perfectly fine. So if I actually decided to go to a box layout instead, all right, just so you see, it's perfectly fine. It still fits it all in. Everything's good to go. Now, the next thing also that I want to point out, we have a gallery module and a videos module, and these are really useful. Okay, so check this out. This galleries module, you can put any number of images up into the system, drag and drop. It's really simple. And then you can decide if you want to separate them by your groups. And by the way, we can name them anything. We just happen to, give them these names. But you take any images, give them any names, assign them to any categories you create, and it happens really, really fast. Another thing that's cool about that, the images can link directly to the page on your website if you want them to. You just decide. And elsewise, you can actually have them link externally, like to another page. I did that just for the fun of it. Okay. Now, the cooler thing about that still, see this? That is actually, this becomes anchor text for whatever I'm linking to, whether it's internal to the website or external somewhere else. Okay. Now, if I were linking to me, this would be more like build yourself a website, Seattle website marketing or whatever keywords I want to go after. And yeah, you can put in description fields. Now, having said all that, that's the gallery. What about the videos? Okay, we created a video module, and you can decide how many columns you want of videos. All right, so if you want with like one column, you'd have one big fat video and then another below it, another below it if you want. Or you can say 2 or 3 or 4 in a single, row, really. And then you can just keep adding going down. Okay, so that's cool also because then you can put all your videos in. Cool thing is they play in a lightbox. Okay, so that people stay on the site. This acts great on a mobile phone, and these also act great on a mobile phone. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Now I want to come back and tell you what it is we're going to do next. But first of all, stop and would you agree with me that this is a pretty decent locksmith template? Whether you go boxed or full width is completely up to you. Just flip the switch, right? But it's a pretty cool template for locksmiths. Now, I wonder how that would compare to our JKL business listing, because surely we have locksmiths in our category groups, right? What if I wanted to offer some of those guys new websites? All right, let's just take a look at this real quick. Let's get this guy back open again. And when we do, we're going to want to pull out all the listings that have to do with locksmiths, but just the kinds that we like. So we built a macro for that in the T2HA toolbar called extract categories. Okay, now I can put any combination of keywords in here, and I can go plural, singular. I can even do partial matches. I could just go for lock, you know, I just go for locksmith so I don't get too carried away. I saw, for instance, maybe if I put in hair for hair products, cosmetologists, barbers, you know, hair cutters, hair care, hair wigs. I saw that it would also pull up wheelchair, CHAIR. And so then we said, well, when you put that in, you're saying find all the categories in the list. Okay, wherever they are in the list, high or low, find them. Whether it starts with the word locksmith or anything else. Now that I have the whole list in front of me, I can see clearly what I'm dealing with. I think the top three belong together pretty well for the template I created. I think these bottom three are different. They would go for a different template, so I don't want to bother them with this template because it won't be a match. It'll just not be as good as I could do. So let me extract these three right here, okay? And it's going to pull out every listing that has to do with those three categories. So, and it made it a different file. Right? There's my new file. Now, let me just, you know, do this real quick so we can see it. Here we go. Got the company here. There's the category list, okay, for whatever the categories were, locks, locksmiths, or whatever the next ones were, commercial, industrial, locksmiths, and locks. Okay. Here's the address, city, state, zip, phone, website, and of course, email address. I'm actually going to want to contact these guys and show them what I got. Now, here's the thing. How does my stuff stack up with them? How does my stuff compare to the average locksmith? I mean, I've got tons of listings here. We got AccurateLocksmith.net, Agura Lock, Dixieland, whatever, Dixie Lock and Safe, Abracadabra, Gray Locksmiths, RH Security, right? Now, here's what I decided to do. I decided to go ahead and whip open some of these real quick so you can see them. So here's the AccurateLocksmith.us. I don't know about you, but I'd be scared to let them deal with my car or house. They might just scratch up the car trying to get the lock fixed, or, you know, kind of crack the door frame trying to get the lock fixed there. They don't really look all that trustworthy to me. I'd rather go with somebody a lot more professional, somebody who puts time and attention and some love into their website, right? Then I would go with this guy. All right, it's just risky to me. Look at this, home, right? Home. Talk about guys who don't know what they're doing. And look at this, copyright 2010. I don't even know if these guys are still in business, right? So this is nuts. I mean, these websites cannot rank on Google well. And even if they do, they're not going to compete with the competitors that do. Okay. It's, oh my gosh. Yeah, the whole thick purple thing, right? Gross. And again, you can't rank with this old style site very well. And you're certainly not going to rank with the word home in your page title. Look at this, abracadabra. Again, horrible, right? These are going right from the top. Okay, I swear. These are just, I just started right from the top of the list and started looking to see what they got. Anybody who forgets, or anyone who thinks that companies are like some huge lofty category, and you're like, wow, I could never contact a company about anything. The answer is not even close to accurate at all. Most companies are what? A few people working together trying to make the ends meet. And when you're talking about, like, how many people do we have in this list anyway that are just locksmiths? Okay, 2,600. Okay, when you're talking about 2,600, these guys are not on page one, right? Most of them, right? The reality check is you're only going to get like 10 top page results anyway per area or per keyword. But the fact of the matter is, these are the guys on page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 40, you know, for many of the keywords, right? And if they want to be competitive, they need to start with creating a foundationally better website. So I got a question. If I got 2,600 guys here, and I have a better website than 99% of these guys, is it worth my time to email them and make the offer? Yes, for a couple of reasons. One, we built our own mailer. Okay, we were kind of peeved that Aweber would not allow us to add 1.2 million email addresses to our own account to mail, and same with GetResponse. So we shrugged and built our own. Figured out what we needed to do for rotating IPs and so forth, and we can actually go ahead and contact these guys. Our mailer mails right now about 1,000 emails a minute. So literally, we just take a couple of minutes, to contact all these guys. And so then, what's the next step? Do I just throw them an offer for the one website? Nah, I want to make that, as long as it's moving that quick to get the information out. What I really want to do is go ahead and put a little fodder into this to make it more sellable, so I get a much higher conversion rate for the amount of time I'm going to put in. So I want to do something else. I want to create this version of a website for each of them. I want each of them to see their phone number here, each of them to see their name here, their address information here, going down. All this information's got to be for them too. Okay, not me, but them. I want, there's more that I'm going to want. I'll show you on all these extra pages, okay, wherever it's mentioning the name of the company, locksmith service, it just says here, on all these pages. Whoops, let me go to another page. See, I want it to be their name, okay? I want it to show them, right? That kind of thing. If we go to the contact us page, I want them to see their information, their name, phone number, email, and then the contact us. And they could even like fill out the contact us and submit it, okay? And I actually want, okay, and I want it to actually send them an email, all right? I want them to see this whole thing work on their behalf so that they feel like, wow, this could be mine, right? How much I want it, just like that. So that's what I want to do with them. And also I want to do something else, and you'll see in a minute. But let's do this. This is a second whole offer, okay? Most everybody needs to be in a directory, and we can set up a directory and make it possible for you to find what you're looking for inside the directory and make the directory rank on Google well for the terms that you have. But in order to do that, we want to harness a lot of link juice from the websites we're about to create. We're going to. And we also want to show them really good results in there. We have to make this directory large, right? Right now it's got 15 results in it. Who's going to want to listen to a directory that has 15 results in it? But take a look. That's because we just set it up. We just got it going. I haven't been back to it since. We're just getting back to it now. But take a look. If I go in here, okay, this is nice. You can visit the website, contact the business. If you visit the website, it takes you wherever it is that the website is, okay? And that could be our website that we make for them. And then this is for emailing the business through the local form. Now there's a lot of things we can do to monetize on this. Actually, if anyone fills it out and sends it, we can literally charge for the lead automatically. This guy will not see the email. He'll see a preview of it without the contact information up here. Okay, and it'll ask them, are you open on Saturdays? And then it's going to have a button, if you would like to purchase this lead, please pay the, and that's up to us, $5, $10, $20. If it's real estate, $250 for the lead, or whatever it is that we're going to sell it for, right? And it's automated in the system. Now, are you starting to think widely? What happens if we put 2,600 listings and create 2,600 websites, have all of them point into the profile pages on this directory, right? So it's deep backlinking throughout the directory, and then we get Google to index those. What happens? We create tons of link juice that we pour into the directory. Another setting in the directory that you're going to find interesting, let me kind of go back to the profile for a second, is that this will no follow out to the website. What's that mean? That means that we can capture the link juice in our directory and hold it there. Who can get this to be a do follow link? Well, the guy who's willing to pay a high enough price for their plan, okay? And if they pay high enough for the plan, then they get to pick up link juice. It's really good for them. Get it? So we can set all that up, and we can do this automatically for every industry we want. We can create websites for everyone. That's 100, again, 1.2 million leads in the US. We can just work constantly with them. You can work constantly with them, automating this stuff. Now, all this sounds great, but it sounds like a lot of work. Let me show you. This is not a lot of work. Am I done with most of these tabs now? Yeah. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay, let me just go ahead and clear this out for a second so that we can kind of like start from somewhere. And well, yeah, why not? All right, here we go. So this was that listing I produced just of the locksmiths, right? My 2,600 locksmiths on the smaller list. I could go to the big list and there's way more. Okay, I'm just doing this for demo purposes. I got two magic buttons up here. One of them formats this listing for uploading into the directory. The other one formats this listing for global variables so I can run a feed file on it to produce all those websites. Okay, let's do this one at a time because all that work I just said was so, big. Here's how fast it is. I hit one button. I'm going to have this done in a second. You can see how it's working now. Bam, it's done. Now, guess what? I'm going to take note of the name 155227. Okay, 155227. I don't even have to save it. I can just say no, don't even save. Okay, that's quick and easy. And then this, I don't even need to say that either. It's saved. All right, here we go. 155227. Right? Look at that. That's like half a meg in size. Huge, big old file. And if I want to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my directory. Okay, you'll see in a second what we're doing here. And I am going to import those members. Okay, so I don't just have 15 anymore. All right. I am going to say claim your listing. All right. So I'm setting them up for that. Then I'm going to put these, and then this is it. Again, look at what I'm doing. This is plug and play stuff, right? I just hit some buttons, didn't I? I'm going to upload this. Okay, the import started. I can continue to view the members now. Okay, then I can do stuff like geocode them. Okay, now on the other hand, while that's working, because it's moving quick actually, if I were, what the heck, I'll just show you. It's got 377 done now. It's working through the whole list as it goes, right? So it's putting up all, 2,600 butts and stacks. Like if I refresh the page, right? It's further along. 1,074. Let's see what this looks like on the front end real quick. I haven't geocoded them all yet. Okay, that's just some more buttons I have to press. 1,674 results. And we can take a look at the first one. That's their title, their category, city, state, zip, phone. I can view the listing any which way I want. I can contact now, which again, that's the whole pay for the lead thing, unless somebody pays enough for our subscription that they'll need to pay for the lead. Now let's take a look at this listing here. Okay, it's asking, are you these guys? Claim this listing to receive referrals. Okay, claim the listing. They can either pay or get started for free. It's up to them. It's up to us what we give them for this. Okay, let me go back. What else do we have? Important information about them to start. Then their website, we can go and look at it. Oh my God, look at how bad their website is. They're missing an image here. You can barely read anything. The print is just too tight, too small. Again, this is a website that's very sloppy, just old and not good. We can offer them a better website, right? Really lay the information out better and more interesting, get people to trust them more, okay? So what now? I want to point this out too. And I just hit the buttons to geocode. Let me show you what that means just so you understand. We can geocode this way, and this gets right down to their address. If I hit it, it'll go through them and geocode them one at a time. It'll take like a second each, okay? If I do this, it goes about 3 seconds, or I'm sorry, about 3 listings per second, 2 or 3, it's much quicker. Then this is like 4 to 5, it's the quickest yet. But as long as you're putting the time in, may as well put the time in. Walk off, have a cup of coffee, let this thing just go 1, 2, 3, 4, until it's done, okay? That's 2,600 members, right? It's not hard on me to let this thing run, okay? I could do it at night and go to sleep and wake up in the morning and it's all done. All right, now that put them there. So let me show you something else about that. 2,600 members that we entered in here, right? And you saw what we did there. And we have these new categories got automatically added when we did this. See? Okay, automatic. All right. Now, what you might wonder this, what about creating the websites? Does it work that easily? The answer is yes, it does. So let me show you how that one works. Let's open back up our category, right? This is what we created. This is our 2,600, right? Just making sure. Yep, that's the one. All right, so watch this. And again, I'm extending this even though I don't really need to. I'm just doing it so you can kind of see. Now, here's the point. All I have to do is hit this, and it's going to convert all this stuff to global variables. Now, this is a point where I'm going to pause real fast before I do because you probably don't know what global variables are. Okay, so I'm going to pull this away for a minute because I want to go ahead and show you where the rubber's going to meet the road on this. If I log into the back end of this website, okay, that's the admin panel. Let me get back in there. All right, there is something here called a feed file. And that's something I can download. If I download the feed file, it downloads all the information for everything in the system, everything that makes this website, all the print on all the pages, all these icons, everything, the locations of all of this stuff, the settings, whether it's full width or not, which sidebars show up on which pages, all of that stuff is contained in my sample feed file that I'm going to download. And it's an Excel file, which means it's incredibly easy to control. Okay. And that acts like a backup. So if I want to go change a bunch of things, but then I ever want to come back to this one, I could import this all over again and it'll revert everything to these settings, which is awesome because I can save multiple feed files just for every different project I do in here. Now, what's the other thing about the feed file? We also have a bulk export utility. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, that's the other purpose of Theme2HTML that you never see in any other CMS. WordPress doesn't have it, Wix doesn't have it, no one else has it. You can bulk export websites. So this isn't just a website admin panel, it is a full-scale website generator, and you can make unlimited projects on one or more domains on any number of cPanels right from this page. Okay, that's what it's all about. So this is a case where I produced 10 websites. Actually, it did 10 out of 10 successfully, and I can look at the list and it tells me it got the thing up on the right subdomain. It tells me what the email forwarder is. All this stuff is finished. Okay, now having said all that, let me show you exactly how hard or how easy that is to create. Here we go. We come back to, here's where I'm going to show you where the rubber meets the road, okay? This is the feed file I just downloaded. Like I said, it has all the information for all the different sections of the website. So all the general settings are here. All the theme options are here. All the stuff on all those tabs, okay? All the typography, the pages information, sidebar widgets, and global variables. All right. Now, what do you notice about all this? Everything is on row 3, right? For those of you who don't know, row 3 represents one website. So if we're going to generate another website on top of this somewhere else, that would be like row 4. Okay. Another one would be like row 5. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to global variables. This is how hard the work is. I'm going to delete this, just delete all this content because we don't need it. Then I'm going to go to the file, right? And I'm going to produce global variables. Look at this. For all the different websites. It's getting taken care of all at once. All right. It'll be done there. That's global variables for 2,600 websites I could produce, just like I could add those 2,600 to the directory. So I can make a website for every one of those companies right now. Now that's based on this so that they can all see their own information. Now, one thing real fast for those of you who go, yeah, but Dave, you know, we're almost like representing them. What if they're not happy with us seeming to represent them? Two things about that. One, in the admin panel, there's a setting here so that the crawlers cannot index it. Okay, that means no one can find these listings except for me and whoever I send this to, my crew and the person I'm emailing to say, hey, check out the new website we made for you. See if you're interested. If so, let us know. If not, we'll take it down in 3 days anyway, you know, or 5 days anyway. But in the meantime, the only people who can see this link are us and you. No one sees it on Google or Bing or Yahoo or anything, right? Because we turned this off. That means Google, Bing, and Yahoo are not allowed to show this website, any of the pages of it, in their list. Okay, so that's pretty cool by itself. Now, the other thing, we're going to do it so that we see all their information, right? That's the whole point. So I just created all this stuff. What would I do? I would copy this and paste it here. Now, I would do it like right now, except there's one really, really weird problem that my screen has with dealing with multiple Excel files at the same time while I'm recording. So I'm not going to do it that way. Okay, I'm going to do something different. Okay, I already just made one in advance. That's the point, right? Let me go ahead and get rid of that one because we don't need it anymore. Okay, I made one in advance. Okay, where I already did that is the idea, okay? And I just went ahead and put in 10 for the purpose of this because it takes longer to generate the websites. I don't have to wait for it. I get to just set up the file, upload it, and I can walk away. I can shut my browser, I can turn the computer off, and it will notify me when it's done doing the work of creating those websites. But again, what did I theoretically do? I pasted in all of it. And if I wanted to, I could kill a bunch of entries I don't want. You know, whichever entries I don't want, I could just delete, you know? And that leaves me with just the ones I want to do. Okay? Now that I have that there, my other pages are fine. The sidebar widgets were already taken care of. The pages were already taken care of. This, that, and this. And the only other thing would be, how do I set up the first tab? In other words, I just had to do this with the global variables. Now I got to say where these things are going to get produced. All right, I'll show you. Well, the theme name has to stay the right name. This theme happens to have that name. See? New LS2. It just happens to have the name. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that those 10 entries are going to maintain that name. Okay. So what, down through, what is that, 11 or 12? Let's see. Global variables down through 12, right? Because the top 2 rows are for the filler. Okay. So now what? Now I'm going to put these on the website. And that way I can show them on a website. But I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of domain names just to show them. They may not even like the domain names and what other ones. So I'm going to put all these projects on one domain name for like 10 bucks, you know, so I can show them what's going on. So I would just say, I'm going to put it there. Here's the username. Here's the pass and the subdomain name. Okay, first of all, let me take this information too and copy this down, okay? Those of you who understand what I'm doing, right? That's to keep numbers at the end from changing, okay? So I'm literally doing this. I'm saying create 10 websites here. Now I need to give them each a name. I could make it subdomains or regular folders on the website, but either way, I fill it out in this column, all right? That way it's for simplicity. Whether you're actually gonna make subdomains or just go with folders like moji-samples.com/company1, moji-samples.com/company2. All right, so what do I want for those subdomain names? I want something that matches them. Again, I'm just trying to make sure I really get their attention. So I'm going to take their company name. That's a really cool thing to take, right? And I'm going to get their attention anyway. Paste that in. Now, that's not good subdomain names. It's got capitals in it. It's not a good folder name either. It's got capitals in it, spaces in it. So and it could have some symbols. So let me just do some real fast cleanup. T2HA, format sheet. I highlighted what I want so that these operations only happen in my highlighted area. Let's make it all lowercase. And then let's remove extra spaces. Okay. And then finally, I'm just going to do a Control H to replace a space with a dash. Replace all. Because you can't have spaces in folder names or domain names or anything else, right? We know that. All right. So far, so good, right? Now I just can create a project for each one of those guys real quick. Now, while I'm at it, there's one more thing I want to do. Remember what I said about I want the contact us form, you know, to work so they can test it on themselves and it'll go to them, you know, not me, not someone else. So I need to create some kind of an email prefix on this website for each of these guys and have a point at them, at their real email address. So I'm just going to copy this and say, I don't need to actually create the emails on the server. I could, but this is all test setup. We're probably going to put their job somewhere else. I do, however, need to forward whatever the prefixes are going to be that we auto-generate. I need to forward it to their real email addresses. So let me go get their real email addresses again. That's this list right here. Copy. By the way, notice how we have schema. Schema was auto-generated by this button up here. We auto-generated schema built into the web pages for all these guys. So forwarding emails to here. Those of you who know what schema is, it's an unfair ranking advantage. Could we create 2,600 websites with perfect schema for literally everything? Yes. What does it look like, by the way, to have the schema? View page source. Let me just show you in case you don't know. Control F, schema. This whole block right here. Okay. This block is telling Google, Bing, and Yahoo what this page is about. It's saying the type of industry, locksmith, you know, the particular service, whatever it is. It got different things in here. Where is the city that we're based in? You know, what state are we based in? Postal code, Maine. You know, what is our address? This is all just dummy information, right? What's the name of the company? What's the URL? What's the email address? What's the phone number? When is it open? MO-SU just means 24/7. Okay, and aggregate rating. We've got like 5 voters, you know, with a top rating of 5 and an average rating of 4.7. 37 voters, sorry, have voted on this thing, so we can get gold stars on the individual services to show up. Okay, finally, well, price range on a scale of 1 to 5. Just how pricey is this service? It's about average. What credit cards do we accept? You know, along with like cash. Okay, all that's here. Now, the point of creating schema again is that this page tells Google what it's about. That way Google doesn't have to try to guess from the H1 tags, page title, meta description. It gets to know. It's a huge ranking advantage for anyone that actually codes schema into their web pages, and that is built in standard with our latest templates. Okay? By the way, before I forget, you want to go here to get these deals. All right? So go to the main page of our website. You can see what the deals are here. Okay? This is all the stuff that we're covering right now. The toolbar, the newest templates, the directory, all the stuff is covered there. All right, so where was I anyway? All right, so then they can check out the form and see it emails them. Now, what would I do? I would save this. I would, don't forget to do this. Hit row filler to fill out all the rows across all of here, right? And I already did, because like I said, I had to copy that file across anyway. And so then I would close this, right? Now this file is ready. I just dealt with those 2 tabs. It was the only 2 tabs. And one of them I just copied and pasted onto. Then the other one, I just copied some information to make it more clear, you know, row by row, so we got what's going on there. Now what? Well, my file's ready to create all those 10 websites. So what would I do? Come back here, go to my dashboard, go to bulk export, and I would add a new job. And I can say notify me when it's done, because if it's going to really do like 2,600 websites, it's going to pretty much take all day. Okay. And so I just want it to send me an email when it's done and tell me if everything's done properly. And I just take this and drag and drop it. And I decide, am I producing these to subdomains or regular folders? All right, there's different choices here. You can read about them anyway. And we got videos covering this, but it's simple. It's folder based, so I'll just say yes. And guess what? That was really it. So now it's done and ready, and I'm just going to disable it. Why? Because for the sake of simplicity, it would take like 10 or 12 minutes to put them all up anyway. I'm just going to jump ahead and show them to you because I already created them. Okay, so here's where we're going to see something interesting. I want to make this point. When I look at any one of these websites, all right, and I just did it, like I said, I did it onto this website here. And when I did it, I just created individual folders for each of those guys, right? Let's see what this looks like. If we go to the first one, that's their company name, street, city, state, zip, phone number, okay? If we go down, okay, it's got their stuff down here, okay? And, well, everything. Let me do this. Automotive locksmith. We're talking about them. And when and you can see it, right? A Abracadabra Locksmith serves the Akron, Ohio area for all its locksmith needs, but specializes in automotive locksmith services. Get it? What if you click the link? Takes you to the front page of their project, right? So it stays in here for the purpose of the demo. What if I hit the logo? Also, it stays inside the folder. Everything you can click on inside this folder will stay inside that folder. And every time you click anything here, anything, it will stay inside their folder. So this talks about them on every page, and they get to see their company name at the top on every one of these pages, right? Things like that. Now, if you go to the Contact Us, that's their phone, that's their email, company name. Do you need emergency service? We also provide emergency service here, you know. Fill out the form. They could do it. Choose I'm not a robot and fill out their thing and hit submit. Okay. Isn't that cool? So what if we went to another one of these company listings that we just produced? Let me get back out of here somehow. What if I go to like Avalanche Locksmith or Commercial or Dixie? Let me go to Dixie, right? Dixie Lock Safe Inc. phone or whatever, address, city, state, phone, okay, all their stuff. And again, if I go through these, we're talking about Dixie Lock Safe has been the master of 24-hour emergency services in Aiken, South Carolina for the last 10 years, okay? All done, right? Automotive again, remember to call. Commercial, Dixie, Dixie, Dixie. If I go to the Contact Us page, Dixie, need emergency lock, call us at, guess what? The right phone number. Here's their information, city, state, zip, phone, email. You can fill it out and they can send it to themselves. So they can test the whole thing out. Now, all I had to do was the few minutes of work to upload the file and I could go away and let this thing get its work done. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing that's extremely interesting about all this because it's a sort of a secret, okay? This just takes an extra step. First, though, what I really need to do is clear out all these entries. So I'm going to go somewhere else. Whoops, one of our own tools. Okay, and I'm going to log in here. And I'm going to delete users from that particular directory. And that would be from here. We're going to remove all the users, okay? Which is crazy because I just dumped them all just now. If we come back and search, there's no one left. But what about the original 15? Oh, no problem. That's why I created a database backup already. So I backed up that server. Now I'm just going to restore it. So I'm just going to take theirs and go to their directory, okay, and go get that file. 8950 it is. Restore. Boom, boom, refresh. And we got their 15 back, Okay, so now I'm back to the beginning. I want to show you one more thing that's pretty interesting. Okay, and this is a strategy element. I chat with a guy here who's making a lot of money, like 30 grand a month, just producing a bunch of pages, and we got discussing it. And it's pretty fascinating what I learned. And we built this into the strategy and abilities of our tools. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to import members, but this time I'm going to grab a different file, slightly tweaked. And okay, again, I'm going to do claim listings, all three of these. And I'm going to grab one other file, though, in my list. Okay. Okay, that's this one saying upload 10 using own websites. Let me just show you what that means. Okay, upload 10 using own websites. Choose the file, upload. Okay, and then geocode them. All done. All done. 0 errors. We're all done. So let me get back to that. Blue star. Okay. Now we got 25 results. They're all geocoded. Here's those guys. City, state, zip, phone in their category. If I hit any one of these things, right? Again, same thing. I can visit the website, email the business. I can check out their specialties, see what's going on. If they come, they can claim the listing. They can choose to pay or get it free. If they get it free, they're paying for every lead. If they get it featured, they don't have to pay per lead. That's however we decide to set up those packages. So when you have your directory, it's similar. It's for you. It's the same concept. Now, here's the biggest thing that's different. Check this out. This is strategy. What if these guys had lousy websites and I wanted to show them the combo package, what it's like to have a quality listing in a directory, maybe a vertical directory just for their industry, which is awesome. Google loves that. But if you had visit website, it doesn't go to them. It goes to us, even though it's still talking all about them. Get it? Look at this. A abracadabra lock service, visit website, happen to be this, and it goes there. Get it? This is all theirs, right? Now, of course, what's going to happen is if they want to pay for the upgrade, we're going to do a website on their own domain just for them. And then we can just update, they can update, we can update, they can update the website link. They can log into their listing and update it. Whenever they want to go from their old website to the new one, they can just log in and update it. What's one more thing that's really awesome? And here's where the rubber meets the road. Let me scroll down. We've got our social icons here pointing out to the different places, right? Well, check out this one I created on the end. See that? If I hit it, guess where it goes? Deep backlinking. It goes to their listing on the directory, their own listing on the directory. So now let me ask you something else. What if we created all these websites, whether we're trying to do it for real companies or we're just setting up our own websites like a whole backlink network? Here's the differences. This is a do follow. So I just created tons of websites, got them indexed by Google, so they all therefore have some link juice each. And I could create 1,000-page websites times 1,000 websites if I really want. Just let it run. Okay. And guess what? They can all deep link to wherever it is I want them to. One directory, a bunch of directories. They can cycle, whatever it is I want. Okay. Because I just put that stuff in my Excel columns before I run it. And so I've got all this link juice from all these websites pouring into my directory, which gives it a great deal of site authority, makes it strong, makes it rank with all those listings. So I can leave this for other people to come and join, and I can have it for me to come and join. You can put 1 million members in this directory. Okay. And like I said, I put in 10 members that were all based on the same website, because you can also do that too. If someone really came here and clicked on this, no matter what they click on, it stays here. It stays with this one company. So it's good enough. Okay? No hassle. If I went to another listing, and I just go to make the point really clear, I take like Avalanche over here, Alexandria, Virginia. There's their phone number, 5625. And I go, look, there you go. There's my Avalanche locksmith. Eisenhower Ave, Alexandria, Virginia, 5625. Contact us goes to them. Okay, the whole thing. Now I could have all these emails come to me. They could be different numbers, numbered for the directory. They could all forward to me, and nobody needs to know. Because when they go to email the business, okay, all they know is this, and they're sending it. Who knows where it goes? I could take the leads and sell them. I could sell them to the companies. I could have these go to me and sell them to the companies. I could have these go to me and CC the companies, so that every time the company gets a lead and I get a lead, we both have a receipt of it, and I can charge them for the number of leads they got at the end of the month if I wasn't charging them directly through the directory. Okay, if I just made websites for them, I could do that. I could literally have the form that they fill out, aside from the idea of a phone number. And you could do that with a forwarding phone number if you wanted, but the form that's filled out could contact them as well as me. Because I can set up forwarding, CC. I can have the same email address forward to different places, right? Really easy to set all this stuff up, okay? So so the final point is this. These do follow links pull tons of link juice into the directory, and the directory, let me go back, no follows the links back out to them. So our directory is not losing the juice on these. Our directory keeps our link juice inside the directory. Therefore, only the people who are willing to pay the higher amount, we will make sure that that package allows do follow to their website, whether it's theirs or ours. Okay? How's that? We could even create a separate package that says not just are you getting the website listing here, but you're getting a website listing and renting the website connected to it, the one we built for them. Okay? And if they make 3 payments, we can even move the website they've been renting to their own domain if they want. Something like that. Or they get to point their own domain name here, so that, and just make it a permanent redirect so Google knows what's going on. And now they can get a lot more cloud juice power, right? What's another thing about having a directory listing? You can contact all these guys. They become your mailing list. So if we put 2,600 guys in here for one industry and another, 13,000 for another 33,000 for another 1,000 for another, and we invite these guys to come and claim their listing, because we can do it with our mailer that mails 1,000 people a minute, and say, come and hit your claim listing. We can send each URL to each guy separately, offering them to come and claim the listing, and also check out the wonderful, powerful website we made for them that they can buy or rent from us. Okay, tons of money in this, because we have 1.2 million people in the US, and we just need to create templates for the industries we want to target next and set up their infrastructure and run this out. Some of you guys getting directories from me are getting specific. Some have directories for lawyers, directories for orthodontists, directories for renovation companies, interior decorating. There's others, okay? And many are wide open. And it doesn't matter if 2 or 3 of you get the same thing. Point is, we have a 1.2 million lead guys, and we can contact them. And what do you think these things are for? The guy can come here and pay $99 a year for a listing. He could pay $149 a year for the listing plus our website instead of his, if he wants to rent it. Or he can buy the website directly from us. We'll put on his domain with a panel for $295, and he can do whatever he wants with it from there. Now, how do you fit in? Here's how you fit in. When you get these deals and you're getting the directory, and so you can do it a couple of different ways. You can get the toolbar and the entire database from us. And you can create your own websites and your own cPanels, okay, themed to HTML, so you can run these things out just the way we did. Okay, we'll show you how. It's not hard, right, to do just what we were doing, but that's what you bought. You bought the toolbar that has this stuff built into it, okay, so that you can easily deal with those categories when you load them up. And you'll be buying this whole thing here. This entire thing here, 1.2 million people to contact, complete with email addresses, okay? And you'll see how bad their websites are. And if you get us to build you a template, okay, for your industry, your way, just set up, make it look really good for you so you can run it out. By the way, you can do that here under building blocks. That's where you get templates built by us, and we do the templates for you, okay? That is exactly it. This 325 includes hosting with a cPanel, all right? So it's a full deal. You have one of these, literally, and you get to start running it out through that panel and through the toolbar to create all the listings you want because you'll have the database. And you can target everyone in that industry from your database, and you can ask them to come and get this. Those of you that want to upgrade, okay, check out the deals, especially for these things, because they're important to do. Get these deals. Those of you that want to upgrade and get into the directory, by the way, you ought to watch this. This will explain something about the directory. But if you get the directory, you're going to have something like this, except we'll do it for you. Remodelinghub.org, I think, is one. They're, you know, different directories. We're setting them up for different people for whatever it is. And, you know, if you were to do a search here, how's that go, actually? 9,898 results. Heck, man, any one of these guys are going to want to be interested in claiming their listing and upgrading. If they see this, claim the listing, right? We haven't contacted them to tell them it's here yet. Why? Because we're still doing the 4 templates for them, but we're just about done with those. Renovation, I think it is 1. That's funny. We've been doing so many things at once, I literally forget where we're at. Oh, man. But we got like 4 of these going out, okay, for renovations, right? And then we can literally show them a far better website than what they had before. And cool thing about the renovations also is, imagine what the gallery is like. We'll renovate your, you know, whatever it is, bedroom, kitchen, baths. You imagine how easily sellable something like this is? And we got 4 so that we can offer different styles and designs and all that kind of thing. All right. By the way, just how versatile are these? Because I want to point that out. All right. Quite simple. Yeah, I mean, we're not finished doing the fun little details, but nonetheless, I want to point something out. One last thing, I'm going to pick on somebody for the fun of it. GR6, T2HA. You guys probably know this, okay? All right. This is the garage door repair template that we have here. It's pretty cool, all right? And, you know, you've seen it, right? We've talked about this before. I'm sure you've seen it. I just want to show you a version that somebody did because we said, you know, looping video. Unsalt broken arrow salt.com. Let me put in a plug. If any of you guys need any bulk salt, all right, this is a bulk salt supplier. These guys get the salt that's needed for like melting the ice in the winters on the driveways and everything else of all the companies and up and down all the roads. And just in case you didn't know, this is that exact same template, the GDR6. This is the exact same one, or actually this is GDR5. So GDR6 is even newer. But all we had to do was make that a looping video, and if he wanted to, he could flip these things off, and so the video would start literally at the top of the window, and then he can change the height to be down to the bottom. And that way, all you would see is the video along with just these right here, okay? He doesn't want to do that. He wants you to see that there's more stuff to read down here. He wants you to see who they are. So that's his choice. But that's the point. This is how flexible everything has gotten and why you want to get involved. If we're creating templates that allow people to put up YouTube videos, put up gallery images, put in looping video, okay? Because GDR6 supports the gallery and video modules I showed you earlier. And you can auto-produce all those websites for everyone. You can auto-add them to directories. Think about it. You can invite, and we can do the mailings on your behalf because we're going to make money with you if we're working with you together. Let me just show you one last thing. Example of a pitch, selectbraces.com. Look at this. This just gives you an idea of where we can go with this thing, okay? Here is a directory, another one. Now in here we've got websites for orthodontists. Okay, and in here we have the choices powered by the directory owner. Okay, these are 4 choices. Okay, you can like click on one to see what the preview looks like, you know, and it opens it and just walks you through. And it's the preview of this particular one. Again, looping video, it can be in a little square like this, or it can take up the whole screen. It's really just a question of what somebody wants. All right, and you can read about it, see what's going on. It's pretty darn cool. Okay, these are nice. They have reviews. Okay, they have some other features. If you go to mobile, okay, just to show you really, really fast. Okay, this is a nifty feature. See that click to text button? That's for guys who are driving and they don't want to call. They're not ready to call yet. They don't want to commit to it. They're a little nervous. And they don't want to fill out the contact form with 20 fields. They just want to ask a simple question. Do you guys work on Saturday? They could be driving down the road, hit click to text, and do a quick talk to text, and just ask and send it. And it texts them to whatever phone number they wanted. In the back end, you just type in the phone number you want that button to say for the click to text. It could be the same as the call or not. Up to you. Okay? That's awesome. This should exist with everyone. Lawyers should have it. Plumbers should have it. You know, so many industries should offer click to text like that as an option. So we made it available. Now check this out. Somebody could just get the template. That's that. Includes hosting and a cPanel. Or they can take it up one level. For another $100, we'll replace all their images. So we'll replace the images on the template with the images they send us. Okay, that is just for an extra $100. All right. For another $100, we'll do that, and we'll even copy the content from their website into their new website, 5 to 10 pages. Okay. After that, it's $10 a page because pages are kind of complex. You got print, you got images, sometimes forms. Now, beyond that, if they want real copywriting, 10 solid pages of professional copywriting added to their website, there's $400 for that. Okay, and it covers 10 pages, just $40 a page for permanent, new, powerful pages, print, images, everything. Okay. Now, if they want all that and marketing, then that's for our directory and everything else that's going on. They're going to pay the full amount. They can do that. Why do we create all the options? To give people options. Some people know exactly what they're doing with an admin panel. If you show them how to log in the admin panel, okay, they're good to go. And they're happy resizing their own images, doing their own content, and saving the money. Other guys, they don't know the first thing about resizing images, but they're good with their own content. So we said, all right, full images replacement, another $100. Other guys, they don't know how to do this, and they also don't know how to copy their content over, and so that's another $100. Other guys, they need content written for them. Many guys don't. That's why we made all these different options. Okay, so you can choose the one you want, fill out the form, and buy it. Okay, this is what we're going to do with all of you directory owners, and then we got a video at the bottom that explains what it's all about. Okay, we're going to do the same kind of a page with 4 templates we do for you in your industry as a directory owner. And that way we're going to help you pitch. We're going to email those guys on your behalf. We're going to put them in your directory. We're going to reach out and contact them and introduce them to the directory, introduce them to the websites, and introduce them to this upgrade page with options that we make for you. You keep 25% of all of these prices, and you keep half of all the payments that ever run through that directory, right? For all the guys who are paying by the month, paying by the year, for all the guys who are paying per lead, literally we split that down the middle with you. And it's easy to track because it's built in through the system. The receipts are right there. Very, very simple to see what's going on and to be notified of all the payments and everything going on. Okay, so this is what we're setting up and why that offer is extremely valuable. Those of you who want to get that, come here, get that, right? Otherwise, it's get a powerful directory right now. Get it here. If you get it before the end of the month, same dollar price, but it's a much bigger deal than we've ever offered before. If you do happen to get it here, we'll know what's going on. And so we're going to help you out the same as if you got it there. So you can get it here. Okay. Those of you who want to get custom templates built your way, go to building blocks. Okay. Building blocks. Why do we call them building blocks? Because you can get 1 or 3, like for different industries, so that we can, attack them all, right? reach out to all of them to sell. You can get copywriting added. Okay, you can get new image replacement stacks added so you have different variations. You can get page speed maximization added or even on all three. Okay. So you can even get your own dedicated server so that we can put in, hundreds of cPanels on it with you and literally pound the websites into all of them. Talk about a massive backlinking networking hub and the amount of link juice you can produce for yourself just by arranging all those links through the anchor, and in this case, the best anchor is a directory. It's amazing what you can do, because if you pump all that link juice into your directory, then you can send it anywhere you want. Put in your own listings for anything you want to offer, whether it's somebody paying you or just you want to harness a lot of link juice and send it to something or several things. Okay. All right, there you go, guys. I've gone over this stuff in enough detail. I think you see what's going on. Don't forget that every single website we ever make this way is going to carry schema with it. We get to mention that to people. So we can have max page speed, no coding errors, schema built into those individual offers that we're making, right? These carry with them. And that's what we do with your industry and your directories, if that's what you want. Max page speed, no coding errors, and schema built in. People can go in and do it on a one website basis, or they can auto generate tons of websites for their own refers or for backlinks for themselves or for resellers or whatever they want to do. All right, I hope you found this interesting. I can't wait to see you get going. This is really going to be a huge year for all of us that decide to get involved, and you should really take off and get into this. So yeah, without further ado, hop in and get started. Get it before January, because those of you do, that way we can back up and get all the work done for all you guys, right? So we're trying to cut it off at the end of January here. All right, so just make sure to get in, get moving, get going, and we're getting everyone caught up. And that way we can start making you all profitable. Okay, this is going to be just one incredible year. We got more stuff coming out. You're going to love it. It adds to all of this. Keep going. Keep growing. The more you're paying into us, the more it lets us develop the next phase of development for you guys back in return, so we can keep adding in new power the whole way. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks a lot for listening. Can't wait to see you.